Aries, welcome to your month in review for April. What's up? What's going on? Show me Aries, please. Show me Aries in April. Like always, take what resonates, leave it does not. These are, after all, general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate. Frustrating as it is, it's also normal. Yeah, check your other placements. What's going on, please, for Aries in April? Year season. Which, by the way, by the time this comes out, it should be very early Aries season, perhaps by a day or two. But regardless, you know, happy early birthday. And I will say that periodically throughout your birthday month. What's going on, please? Show me Aries. Show me Aries. Show me Aries. Let's do one more. Show me Aries, please. The Magician, Knight of Cups, Four of Swords. Hey, that's not a bad way to start off a month. Yeah, you're resting your heart space intentionally because it's gearing up for something. You're manifesting, but in a calm, quiet space, which is lovely. That's the best way to manifest, is because you know that you want to and that you're ready to, and that you're trying to tune yourself in whilst you're doing it. Good. So that means it's intentional. But it's soft, it's quiet, it's not loud, it's not obnoxious. It's kind of like a peaceful flow within you to move your heart in a particular direction. But it's not loud, it's not anxious, it's not obnoxious. It's at a particularly gentle pace. I like it. Okay? All right. Knight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the Chariot. You're saying, oh, okay, so that's on purpose. You're saying whatever your pathway in love is, you said you're not going to be rushed with it. You'll take your time. Very good. Knight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. You're saying you want to be able to see things and give them perspective as you go, which means you can't be rushed or you won't be rushed. So it's like I said, it's a very soft, gentle manifestation that your heart would like to open up and flow in a particular direction. You're authorizing it, but you're also saying it's going to go at a particular pace. And if it's time to amp it up with the Chariot, then it's time to amp it up. But that's going to be based on a lot of, I'm going to see what's coming a mile off. It's a steady, slow direction. I won't be rushed in this. I'm going to take my time with it with the Hanged Man. But if it's time to pick up the pace with the Chariot, then I will. Okay. Okay, what's going on? The Moon, the World, the Knight of Wands. Oh, something we did not expect is coming through. Okay. Well, that's all right. We'll take a look at that. I am saying that as the unknown. And it represents a cycle. One that you personally can open up towards or decline. I don't think you saw it coming, though. Well, we're just going to have to see what that is. Okay. All right, let's start right there with that Magician. By the way, I may not clarify all of these. Some of them will speak for themselves. But we'll see as we go along. Show me that Magician, please. Show me the Magician. Show me the Magician. Show me that Magician, please. Show me the Magician. Show me the Magician. Your cards are just so anxious, they're trying to fly out of my hands. The Nine of Pentacles, there you are, darling. Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords. That's a lot of blindness. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot of blindness. And you kind of second-guessing yourself heavily about whether or not you're ready to open up. Nevertheless, I see you proceeding despite the concern. So you're kind of pushing past your own willful blindness, doing that thing where you could potentially talk yourself out of moving yourself forward, opening up to your heart's flow. I would say desire, but it's not there. I'm talking about heart flow. You want your heart to move in a particular direction that says, I want to flow in this direction, possibly love, who knows. And you've been hesitant. You have a past history here of being hesitant. That's all right. But your Magician's trying to break through that. It's almost like saying, we're kind of tired of hanging back and talking ourselves out of it, aren't we, Aries? And you're kind of going, yeah, actually. So the Nine of Swords, that's a lot of mental storm. That's a lot of chaos up there that says, we're not ready, we're not ready, we're not ready, we're not ready. What are you doing, Aries? You're not ready. But the part of you that knows better, the Nine of Pentacles, the one that's based on experience and gentle manifestation and trying to understand your heart flow, is overriding that. I think for the past several months, possibly longer, past several seasons, you probably defaulted to that sword energy. I'm going to talk myself out of this real quick. I think you reached that crossroads where you're kind of tired of second guessing yourself. That's heavy second guessing, heavy doubting yourself, heavy procrastination. I don't want to look at this. I want to put it off. I think you're ready to push past that. And I think that's why you're showing me such a gentleness to this. Because there's a part of you that wants to just move on, open up and explore other things. But a big chunk of your mind has been responsible up until this point of holding you back. Okay? One is winning over the other. And it was just a matter of time. Okay? Be comfortable with who you are, with your experience. Listen to yourself, which I see you doing. That's why you're showing me cautious, moving forward, despite misgivings that I think, like I said, have held you back up until this point. And that's okay. That's not an accusation, guys. It's just where we are sometimes. You know, sometimes it's just so easy to get locked up in that 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords, and then it becomes a way of life for too many months too long. And we realize we don't want to keep being locked up in our heads about moving on, do we? That's not fun, is it? It doesn't feel very loving, does it? No. Okay. Should we try to change that? Maybe do the opposite? Okay. And I think that's where you are. Okay. Let's see that Knight of Cups, please. Show me that Knight of Cups. Again, this is a non-rushed process. What I would use the word tentative for, but nevertheless, I would call it a gentle exploration. Okay? Let's see that Knight of Cups. I want to see how your heart is flowing and or any particular direction. Or are you just trying to open back up again? Okay? Like the spring flower itself, ready to open up. Or trying. Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. You're saying if you move your heart space forward in any way that's soft or vulnerable, you want to be sure that it's coming from a comfortable space in you. You are giving me or showing me reassurances about yourself. That you say you are a stable person, you like your home, you like your resources, and then sometimes you don't always, or you have a tendency to question how you nurture yourself, though, on the inside. You're saying your physical world, you got that wrapped up. You're pretty familiar with it. You're pretty good at it, too. But you're saying when it comes to your love flow, this is where you question sometimes about where your heart goes, why, and is it the best representation of you? Okay, so you're showing me the hesitation, but nevertheless the willingness to move forward. Guys, all you can really do is take confidence in who you are and understand that you are a person of value, worth, and experience, okay? That we all get stuck in the sword space from time to time, but who we are as people is largely determined by how we overcome those things. And I see you wanting to push and get past the swords. You're showing me I want to move forward. And sometimes I struggle to trust myself, but I'm also trying to listen to myself simultaneously because I also know it's time. There you go. Okay. I want to see what you've learned and your principles of quietness, calmness, healing. Okay. Let's see that Four of Swords. Show me that Four of Swords, please. Five of Pentacles, the Chariot, Eight of Cups. I see. So the last time you ventured out your door, almost the literal translation was that it didn't go so well. The last time your heart moved at a phenomenal speed, that is the Chariot, which is that intense, I gotta go in this direction. It's the heartbeat. It's such strong motivation. It's got to move forward, move forward, move forward, right? We can't stop beating. It's got to keep moving. And you whittled that down into a recovery phase for the Knight of Cups. So when I'm telling you it's a heart flow that's just trying to remember or learn how or even challenge itself to wake up again and move in a particular direction, you're saying the last time you completely went out your front door, you went full Chariot, and it broke badly. Okay. All you're doing is showing me recovery. and maybe even pushing yourself a little bit. Resilience, things like that. You said the last time you cranked out the vehicle there and you moved at a particular strength of speed, you're saying it didn't go so well. It led to heartbreak and abandonment, and I had to walk away. It didn't go so well, Christina. But I've been resting on that quite a bit. And that while sometimes I question what's best for me, I still actually know who I am. Okay? So yeah, you're just showing me a little bit of the past there on your 4 swords and what it is that you've been recovering from. And the last time, like I said, you took your chariot out for a full drive. Most likely in the name of love. It's okay. It's okay. We're getting there. We're going to go ahead and skip that Knight of Pentacles. I got it. Your pace here is what's going to give you comfort to step outside your front door again. Okay? But instead of going straight to the chariot, you're going to say, use a scooter. Make sense? Okay? So yeah, the Knight of Pentacles, I got it. Now, you're saying, as you move along, okay, you open back up towards feelings, express yourself a little bit, throw out some little bit of vulnerability, okay, test out the waters, taking your time, and you're going to carefully examine things as you go. With the Hanged Man. Show me that Hanged Man, please. I do believe, all that to say, honey, I think you're learning to trust yourself again. And trust the particular rhythm of your heart. Okay? But where it's going, that's where you're showing me caution, you know. You're saying you haven't always had the best love experiences that necessarily reflected your personal enrichment. Okay? Care, quality, TLC, that kind of stuff. That while you yourself are personally resourceful and even resilient, so you haven't had necessarily the best experiences in love. I got it. I do. Like I said, you went from a full-on vehicle that is the chariot to, like I said, more like a scooter. And that's okay. You know what, guys? It's still movement. Okay? I don't care if you can go from 0 to a 60. I want to know that you're going to get to where you're going safely. Okay? So it's not about speed. All right, the Magician. And are you manifesting correctly as you go along? Very good. Are you manifesting correctly as you go along? 10 of Wands, 9 of Wands, because you're saying it's hard. It's hard. And you're really having a hard time trusting the process. You put up resistance in April quite a bit in that respect of I am moving forward, but it's so hard for me to trust the process. And I know. That's why you need to go slow. Like I said, it's not about the ability to go from 0 to 60. Are you just experiencing or allowing yourself to experience any movement? Okay? And as you go along, you're going to reflect on why has it been so hard for me to manifest anything properly for myself? Have I always gotten in my own way, or have I always picked the wrong people to entrust my love with? Because you said I haven't been so good about that. Taking care of myself in terms of resources, 3D, no problem. Finding the correct person to express my feelings to so I feel nurtured and cared for and protected, that's another matter. Don't have the best history with that, is what you're saying. You're going to reflect on that. Your manifestations and how they have led you up until this point, and where they might continue to take you in the future. If you show caution and insight, willing to put your guards down, but at the same time understand what boundaries are. Life is a tricky compromise of all those things. Learning from past experiences, allowing ourselves to be challenged by them, to do different things, and then retain a new sense of boundaries as we explore ourselves. There's no one straightforward method. The point is, are you honoring yourself along the way? So by all means, check in with yourself often, but don't get lost to the reflection of this is too hard or I can't see it. Trust yourself more. Okay? Let's see that Chariot. Let's see if the rhythm of your heart starts to pick up a little bit. Let's see that Chariot, please. Show me the Chariot. Judgment. The Seven of Pentacles, the Page of Wands. There you go. Yeah, like I said, it's a practice that you have to do daily. It's you know, especially if I'm looking at the Aries, you have a tricky history in love. It's going to be hard for you to trust yourself. Am I manifesting the right thing? Am I moving towards the right thing? And as you better understand your movements and how you perceive yourself, your manifestations will change too, in accordance to who you are. And the more aligned with who you are, the more your manifestation's on point. Okay? And it's going to be easy to let yourself fall behind and say that I can't do it, I can't do it. And then we go back to square one. I don't want you to. And I don't see you doing that. I still see you bravely marching ahead. Now you got a little bit more gas in the tank. It's still not at full throttle. You still haven't gone to 60, and I don't want you to. But you are showing me a higher levels of confidence that if you choose to move forward every day, if you choose to show yourself love every day, if you choose to allow yourself to grow and participate in different ways, I don't care how slow it is, you're moving in the right direction. Okay? So, like I said, trust yourself. If you want real change that sticks, then you'll get it. But you have to practice that mentality every day. I am grateful for my insights. I am grateful for my hardships. They taught me a lot. You know, I only fail if I choose to not learn, and I'm choosing to learn. That way I don't do it again. Apologies. Yeah. Oh. You know, and so you're saying I refuse to give in. I'm not going to slide backwards. I'm going to keep myself moving forward. Okay? That's a decision, and it's also a lesson attached to you. Okay? Monitor your growth, your positive growth, and don't just reflect on the negative growth. You've been there, you've done that. What did you learn? Apply it accordingly. That kind of thing. All right. Now, I do have something of the unknown coming forward. Let's see that moon. Show me the moon. Show me the moon. I'm not sure how you're responding to it, though. The moon. Show me that moon, please. Show me the moon. Show me the moon. One more. Show me the moon, please. Five of Pentacles, King of Wands, the Devil. Let's see that world, please. Show me the world. Let's see that world, please. Show me the world. There better be a different tune attached to that person. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying they better be singing a different tune, honey. Let's see that world, please. Let's see that world. Let's see that world. Let's see that world. Show me that world, please. Yeah, after everything you've been through, I had better be seeing somebody singing a different tune. Let's see the world, please. The Sun, the Ace of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles. There's an offer here. It's yours to take or yours to reject. 100%. Yeah, it's like I said, you just didn't see it coming. Did you already figure out where it's coming from? Remember that? The one that you say the last time your vehicle left your driveway at full speed, you're like, I kind of regret that. It broke my heart, it broke my rhythm, it broke my speed, it broke my everything. And I've been recovering from it, and I've been doubting myself ever since. Had to walk away from it. So it's the unknown. You get to choose. Tarot doesn't dictate anything, you do. Tarot is the proof of choice, not the absence of it. I'm saying one variation of choice for this Aries today. The unknown is coming forward. Whatever represents that Five of Pentacles, that's what's coming forward. King of Wands, the Devil. We have very poor feelings about this. Very poor feeling, but that poor feeling is attached to this person, not you. It's a little angry. It's a little angry in that respect of unresolved issues. Whether or not they show that anger or display the anger, I couldn't say. I'm guessing no. Something about pride in this person kind of prohibits them from expressing the feelings I think that are there, which means the devil has ample opportunity to build up. So this person has a tendency to withhold their true feeling and then feel bad about it. So there's anger in there, frustration, abandonment issues. Okay. It's just like I said, that's why I'm smiling. They better be singing a different tune. Under that unknown category, if they come back, they better be singing a different tune, Aries. And technically that's true. I don't think they're displaying that frustration and the anger surrounding the abandonment. Because what they're actually showing is Sun, Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, which is lovely. This is an opportunity, a very strong gesture. It would mean a lot to me if we could be friends. The Sun. It's under a cycle. This is where choice comes in. While they are not openly displaying that resentment, anger, and just suppressed negative feeling, that's a pattern for this person. Likely pride gets in the way to admit that you hurt me for some reason. It's like they're saying they can't show that. So it comes out as level-headed compromise. Okay? And it's a very strong offer to be friends, to get along, let's be happy. Here's why it's over the world. You can open up towards that, not choose it at all, or if you don't think this person has changed, it will represent a renewed cycle. It neither closes nor opens. In other words, you already know what to expect from it. What you do with it, I don't know. But in the 3D, it shows up as legit. What's behind it is a lot of unresolved negative feeling of abandonment, anger, and like I said, so on and so forth. Okay. Yeah, you got a choice there. Had the devil not been attached to that, let's say it was just the Five of Pentacles and the unknown, maybe some other possibly mild negative element, it's like, you know what? That's not bad. Okay? Maybe they just want to work through some stuff, but the fact that they have so much built up behind their energy that suggests it's negative and it's always going to be there, anger and resentment about potential abandonment, and it's not being offered in terms of real experience in order to work through it, it tells me that, yeah, it could potentially be a reoccurring cycle. But it's like, can we be friends? Because that would mean a lot to me. So that means accepting this then could possibly set the stage to go through it again with this person. And that's what happens when we can have beautiful offers, but they're really just gestures. They're gestures. Without the impact of thoughts and feelings that are authentic and real, that gives us real opportunity to work with someone else and say, this is what I learned, this is my apologies, this is my whatever, then you really do create the stage again for the same old thing. Knight of Wands, that's your reaction. Let's take a look at that. Like I said, it's up to you. You have free will in all things. You don't have to listen to what you're saying here today. And I'm not even advising you at this point. I'm just telling you what the choices you have. Myself, personally, I'd like to see you continue to dedicate more to your personal growth and opening your heart in other directions that do not make you question whether or not you're loved back. But that's me. In other words, what you were doing. That way, if you ever feel like you can take your car to the driveway again, you can do so at full force. Eventually, one day, you don't have to question where you're going. This made you heavily question your sense of direction and can you trust yourself? And you breaking away from it, having engaged in it all, Is that a poor representation of you? Because it didn't seem to love you back, and you should never, ever have to question your worth in that way. You know? Can you see that Knight of Wands? Show me that Knight of Wands, show me that Knight of Wands, show me that Knight of Wands. Well, now, I don't think you saw this coming up in April, did you? Okay. The Nine of Cups, Justice, the Four of Cups. You are interpreting this as an opportunity to bounce negative emotions. Anything after that, I don't know. So I do see you having made a choice. That's again for the Aries I'm looking at. And if that's your choice, I honor your choice. Okay? Other Aries of you will be like, nope. And that would be the choice that's correct for you. I have given you the measure of what I understand is the platform for possibly renewing the same old cycle, even though it's dressed up as an Ace of Pentacles. So long as this person continues to keep the worst of their feelings, true thoughts, and their unauthentic self exposed, in other words, pride, guilt, remorse, sadness, anger, bitter, resentment, unless those things are discussed, it might be a brand new offer for friendship, but it really will accumulate to same shit, different day. The same drama that played out the first time will play again if what they're choosing to keep hidden for poker face reasons or pride reasons, if that's not addressed, how beautiful this is, and that could be a beautiful seed for a real friendship, it will mean nothing if old patterns are still defaulted to. So it's kind of like saying, here's the best possible gift, but it will be tarnished later. Okay? In order for real restructuring like this to take place, two people have to own it. And bless you, I see you responding that says, you wouldn't mind that. It's real and authentic. You literally see this as an opportunity to balance the negative emotions. And you actually feel good about that. That's the first time I see you claiming positive emotional connectivity with yourself there. It's that Nine of Cups. You're saying that would feel good for me. Okay, so that tells me you would take this up for the right reasons. I just want to make sure that if you're showing me this, it's correct for you in terms of emotional balance. So while this is very nice, it can represent an ongoing cycle or a swinging door. Okay? And again, the only reason I'm saying that, because I don't know that they're ponying up the goods. Again, it can be a beautiful gift, but that gift will get tarnished if it's not given properly. And that means doing the hard stuff. You talk about the crap you don't want to talk about. You address the things you don't want to address. You talk about the lessons you didn't want to have to learn, but you did. And then you talk about, you walking away from me was the best thing you could have done. Or this is why I'm sorry. Or that unless you have those difficult conversations, this will not stand the test of time. Just FYI. Okay, but that's why the world was so auspiciously placed in that position. Brand new opportunity, close it off, or reopen, and it's going to keep going like this. So it's lovely to see that you feel good about it, and I'm glad that you do. You do see this as a chance to bare minimum feel better about your two's connection. So you are responding to this honestly. So the choice is yours on that one. You feel free to put that in the comments as you wish. Some of you will choose to, some of you will choose not to. I've kind of given you the definition of what would successfully constitute that ace in a way that's believable. And also how it wouldn't be. You talk to this person and you understand that there's a lot that they're not saying or addressing, and they're just hoping this fresh ace will solve all the problems. You have your answer, okay? All right, what's going on? Oh, the Divine Feminine. Some of you identify as being the Divine Feminine, if you will, if you believe in that particular terminology. No, well, you don't have to believe in it. The terminology is indeed the terminology, but the principle behind it. So some of you might be the Divine Feminine. They could be. But, okay. I was about ready to say the Divine Feminine is always in this position of understanding what the worth is. You showed me you had a hard time that you understand what your worth is in your physical 3D, that you've worked hard for that. But when it comes to love, it's like your heart's been led astray. And you're like, what does that say about me? So I do believe you are that divine feminine then, who is still struggling to understand their self-worth, especially if you got connected to someone who didn't nurture you back. And you're like, what does that say about me? That I loved or nurtured someone and they didn't give it in return. So that's where we ask ourselves questions, understandably, about self-worth principles and why we're moving in a particular direction. But true to that divine feminine nature, it's like, I got to keep going and I've got to keep growing. And that's my real challenge, right? So what is your self-worth as you understand it? Questioning your expectations, decisions. Yes, at the crossroads of that decisions, that will be coming up for you in April, honey. I know. Attraction, oh, I have no doubt. For some of you, Aries might be your Mars. Well, Mars is your ruling planet. You know what I mean. It might be your Mars placement. But no, this is that Ace of Wands energy. The attraction is here. This could be an underlying motivation. Okay. Perhaps you're very attractive. And that's going to be possibly an underlying tension. Okay. For this person and your interaction with them. Especially if you're in a position of questioning your self-worth via the love, nurturing, and care you weren't receiving and getting caught up in this, having to leave it, etc. Was it all just about the passion and the attraction? Right? Which can only give a person so much, and it can only sustain so much. Because for a lot of folks, there's a lot of hidden emotions that gets dressed up in attraction, and then they leave it at that. So again, you got to ask yourself, it could be a beautiful gift. But is it going to mean anything in 6 months or a year if they haven't changed or if this situation between us hasn't changed? It's things to think about, guys. Things to think about, okay? Number 26 and 18. 18 being, of course, in the Lenormand deck here is the loyalty principle. And 26, the Book of Wisdom. There's something here about you know better. Whatever feelings of loyalty you might have, you're saying also, I'm wise. I listen to myself, or at least I'm supposed to. I'm actually pretty smart, is what you're saying. You're saying I'm pretty damn wise. And that came from years of accumulating knowledge, as number 26 here, the Book of Wisdom would suggest. But you're also saying you have a tendency to go into a place of loyalty. I understand. Trust me. I do. How is it you can be so damn smart and show loyalty to people who don't deserve it? Kind of pushes back on the whole wisdom thing. I know. 1826 for some of you might be important. Imprisonment, harvest. Yeah, you had to work hard to... I know, I saw that. I saw that at your opening, honey. You had to work hard to free yourself from the sense of imprisonment, feeling like you're indebted to this, or that you have to remain loyal to it. That's funny, because that's actually very much a Scorpio trait, emotional loyalty, you know. But you're showing me how you kind of launched yourself into this, right? You know, there's a past reflections. I want you to stay where you are in terms of moving forward from where you were. Okay? Because right here is when you showed me some basic but beautiful energy right here. It says, I am moving in a particular direction, and it is slow, but it feels really good to me. And I'm starting to see and learn, I see things differently and feel things differently, experience things differently, and I'm learning things as I go. And that's a beautiful process. But it does take everyday dedication to do so, and literally moving on with your life. And getting into a place of speed that you can trust. But that meant, see all that labor you had to do back here? Really letting go of the sense of imprisonment? I'm indebted to this. I can't leave it. No. It's no wonder you opened up with all that blindness right away. You don't feel comfortable manifesting. Because the last time you tried, oh boy, it was really hard to leave it. So when I'm telling you, you've done your work, and if you choose to take the Ace of Pentacles, which again looks very friendly, very lovely, and very sincere, there's no guarantee that just because they're offering it means that they've learned anything more. So you got to figure out, guys, Is this something you're going to open towards? Close off. And open means it has a real opportunity to be a solid, happy, bare minimum friendship. Okay? Or you're taking a look at this person and saying, I don't think there's much about you that's changed. So eventually that beautiful pentacle you're offering is just going to become something rusty and ugly that I'll have to deal with 6 months or a year down the road. You got to see that for yourself, guys. Okay, regardless, I do hope this helped you. You've come a long way. Okay? Whatever that is, whatever it is you choose to do with it or don't do with it, it too shall pass. You have an obligation to you first and foremost, okay? I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.